Hello. Okay, so it's been a couple weeks. I've been down here for 2 weeks, almost exactly, actually. And let's see, going back to the journey down here, my friend Tom helped me drive down here. Well, he drove most of the way. Um, the first day, it took us 19 hours to get to North Carolina, to where we stayed with my friend Bobby and my goddaughter, which was awesome. But the drive down was ridiculous. Um, some of the things that we saw, though, were we saw this awesome sunset off of the Delaware Bridge, and when we were stuck in traffic in Jersey, because obviously that was going to happen, um, we were stuck behind this 18-wheeler. And you know how 18-wheelers have those stickers that say, "How's my driving?" Well, this one had one of those, and where the number is, it said 1888, and then the rest was spray painted off in black, and then in the dirt around it, it said, "Fuck you." Which, at the time, it was just really hilarious. From there, um, the other points of interest were the fact that every toll in Jersey was $4 or more. Granted, yeah, we had an extra axle or whatever, but it was just ridiculous. And then throw in the fact that I don't think Maine knows how to charge vehicles that aren't cars or 18 wheelers, because both of the tolls that we went through for Maine slash New Hampshire or whatever, one of them didn't know what to charge because the prices should have been the same and they were totally different, like $2 off difference. But whatever. Um, for our snacks on the ride down, the night before we started the journey, I sent my brother out to Walmart with a list of snacks. And on the list were Wheat Thins, a bag of apples, Twizzlers, a case of water, and beef jerky. And so my brother comes back with these two huge things of Twizzlers. Actually, I still have one of the bags. This is outrageous. Two packages of these? Really? Really, Chris? This was necessary? Um, and then we also had this big box of mixed potato chips, which, that was cool. Still have tons of those left. Um, but the Twizzlers thing, it was ridiculous. When we were in Jersey, I started snacking on them, and at that point, it was kind of when we lost our minds finally, because in that point we were already on the road for I think 11 or 12 hours, and it was just absolutely nuts that it was taking us so long. I'm not sure if it was just because we were getting used to the vehicle or what, but it was ridiculous. Um, so we got to North Carolina and we had an extra day in our travels, so we stayed there for a full day before starting our journey to Maine, Alabama rather. And during that day, it was incredible. I woke up to my goddaughter's face, which was the most precious thing ever. And we had a bonfire, and um, we tried we tried so hard to get marshmallows, because you can't have a bonfire and not have marshmallows to roast, and no one had any. And so we tried to get Johnny, Bobby's brother-in-law, to bring some marshmallows when he came to visit. He finally shows up with marshmallows as we're putting the fire out because Johnny doesn't know how to be on time with anything. Um, so that was kind of disappointing, but it's all right. The rest of the day was perfect. We went to a playground with Anna, which is my goddaughter, and we swung with her, and she played on the beach and got ridiculously sandy. Took a bunch of pictures of her, and when we were back at the house, she was playing on her personal little slide, and she fell kind of, and she hurt her face, like she must have hit her face on the slide. And so she goes inside and she wants a band-aid. And her mom, Sam, thought that she was just gonna put the band-aid like on her chin or something, even though there was no boo-boo, she wanted one. Um, and no, she put it across her lips, like she totally sealed her mouth shut with the band-aid, and she looked so pathetic. I have a picture of it up on my Facebook. It's fucking adorable. Um, and um, so when we left there in the morning, we first stopped to get gas and coffee, obviously, and we were searching through the radio stations. Didn't find anything that was good because there was a rainstorm and it kind of knocked out some of the radio stations. So I was flipping through my Pandora stations, and I I figured a Journey station would be good, and it's the best thing ever, ever. Um, Especially to wake up to, coffee and Journey, absolutely perfect thing for a road trip. Um, and I think we ended up jamming out to the Journey station for the rest of the trip. Um, um, During the drive, at some point, I don't remember what state we were in, but there was this road sign that said Canatoe, like Canatoe. And Tom looked at it real quick and he's like, "Did that say camel toe?" And so that was just a little highlight of awesomeness right there. Um, Going back to the first day, I don't know if any of you have been through or on or whatever the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel, but I am petrified of tunnels. I don't like tunnels. I'm claustrophobic. It was horrifying. And it was beautiful at the same time because I mean it was really late at night, so there weren't a lot of people on it, and the moon was almost full, and it was shining right over the ocean, and it seemed like it was so close. And Tom brings up this point as we're on the bridge, and he's like, "Okay, so you're frightened of tunnels, but the big bridge doesn't scare you. The fact that we're in the middle of the ocean and it could collapse and sharks could get us." I was like, "Well, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really bother me for some reason as much. Logic, just doesn't really fit in there, but whatever. I'm a girl. It happens." Um, so since I've been here, it took me a few days to get my room. Well, probably closer to a week to get my room set up. But I have a nice little station now. My grandfather bought me a 32-inch TV, and it's hooked up on my wall right now. And then he also bought me a fantastic desk, which I spend a lot of my time at. Um, and I don't really, I spend a lot of time in my room. There's not that much that I'm doing for my grandparents, but I guess the little bit that I do really helps them. Um, just taking them to the store, although my grandfather drives, he just doesn't want to as much. Like fixing their lunch because they only eat once a day. And it's almost always takeout, so I haven't even cooked since I've been here. It's kind of strange, but it's whatever. Um, we had a tornado go through yesterday, which was interesting. I mean, it was a tiny one; it didn't even hit us really, but the sirens went off, and it was a fun little experience. Since I've been here, I have gone on a few walks down the road that I used to live on when I was about 4 or 5, and every time I see something that was, kind of similar to what it was back then, I just get a flood of memories, and it's just crazy. Um, I don't know, it's just weird. I've also started sketching a bit because I need to try and focus on me since I'm not really working right now. So I'm trying to get back into my stuff, connecting with me. It hasn't gotten me too far because I sketched a couple days in a row, and then the next couple days I tried sketching, but it just didn't get anywhere. I hated what I drew, so I just kind of criticized myself, and then tonight I haven't drawn at all. So we'll leave it at that. Going back to the work issue, I have applied at a couple places. I applied at the Sears Portrait Studio because I didn't really want to get back into the restaurant business right away, but it looks like I might be doing that anyways. I applied at Chili's and talked to them today, filled out this stupid aptitude test, but it's whatever. I mean, restaurants have to do it now, I guess, some of them anyways. And so I did that, and I have an actual interview tomorrow with the hiring manager. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to get hired because they're short staffed, and when I went in there just to have dinner by myself, which was awkward, um, yeah, they told me that they were short staffed, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get hired. So, money's money. Um, for a while, it didn't look like I was going to be able to go back to Maine for Christmas, but with the help of some friends, I will be there. I booked my flight today. I'm going to be there from the 19th to the 30th, which is kind of awesome. I'm kind of nervous about leaving my grandparents for that long, but hopefully they will be fine. A couple days prior to my flying up there, my brother's coming down here to visit. He hasn't been down here for about 14 years, so it should be interesting. I told my grandmother, and she got so excited. So he definitely has to come now. Um, I don't really know what else to say. I spend a lot of time on Netflix and playing Facebook games. I know it's awful. Um, so yeah, I guess that's it for now. I will update again maybe next week. Bye.